Hope I get the chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wild.
Hello YouTube fans, back again. Now I got over my temper tantrum, I decided to do one that will cheer me up because one was a bit depressing. I do believe now they are relaxing things that they are reopening the cinema. I don't know how they're going to do that, and I'm hoping they're going to be like the only one person in, because I'd be pretty cool after the whole cinema to myself. But I have heard a rumour, it could be wrong or it could be bullshit, but I have heard a rumour that they are, believe it or not, they are going to put on old movies. The Titanic, so I've heard, Avatar and lots of other old films, and I'm hoping they do. I'm hoping I'm not just hearing things, but I have heard a rumour, it's only a rumour before people get excited, that's how excited I am, that they're going to put on old fucking movies. They're going to put old movies on. So it just inspired me to do this review, because that's just doing me a boner just thinking about that. What old movies I'd love to have seen in the cinema if I was around in a time machine, you know, like Mick By in Back to the Future, you know, the dive Back to the Future, Michael J. Fox. I would have loved to see, and it just inspired me if they do bring old films out, because they're not putting new ones on. I could be right and wrong on this for people. So people type to me saying, you got it wrong, they're not putting old movies on. I said I could be right and wrong. Right? I have heard a rumour that they might be putting old films on in the cinema. So I thought about it. The films I would have loved to have seen, but I never did. I was either too long, or at the time I didn't have a lot on me, or vice versa. Could have been reasons why I couldn't see the film, or it was before my era. Speaking of before my era, I have got the despecialised Star Wars. Yeah, that was a bit naughty. I had to do it a naughty way, like a DVD rip, because George Lucas does not want to differ the Star Wars before we had the special edition. And I was thinking, wouldn't it have been fucking awesome to see Star Wars, the 1977 classic, the despecialised one, on the big screen, the big fucking cinema. Star Wars, the original, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, played by Tate Fisher, may she rest, Harrison Ford. Speaking of Harrison Ford, wouldn't it have been fucking awesome to see Raiders of the Lost Ark on the cinema? I never saw that. I'd love to see that on the big screen, remastered, in its original widescreen format, fucking to Dolby. Fucking awesome. I'd love to see Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, any of the Indiana Jones films, because I love Harrison Ford that much and I'm getting a boner over him. Even Blade Runner. Now a lot of people prefer the director's cut. Maybe I'm old fashioned and I'm the only one. I'm more of a lover of the theatrical. I know I'm the only one that likes Harrison Ford's fucking voiceovers, but I'd love to see it on the big screen. Love to see it. License to Kill, Timothy Dalton as James Bond. I love License to Kill. Would it be fucking awesome to see License to Kill on the cinema, on the fucking cinema? Another one of my favourites I would have loved to have seen on the cinema, Christopher Reid, may he rest in peace. I love you, mate. If there's an effort, I hope you are Superman flying around. Superman the movie. Superman the movie. I'd love to see that in the cinema. Big fucking screen. Cinema to myself. Fucking church fest. Fucking Superman the movie would be fucking beautiful to see on the cinema. And other movies, as I said, I love Jeff Bridges, and I did a review on it. That being Tron, 1982, Tron. Seeing that in the biggest cinema with the Dolby Surround would be the best day of my life. It would be like fucking the best day of my fucking life. That being Tron. Fucking Tron. Because I love Tron. You can't go wrong with fucking Tron. Tron is me a fucking boner. That is how much I fucking love fucking Tron. I'd love to see Tron in the cinema. Love to see it. So they're films I would have loved to see in the cinema. There's probably even more to speak. I'll be here all day thinking of the classic films I never got to see in the fucking cinema. In the fucking cinema. And they're films, I'm being honest here, people, I would love to see. I'd love to see. You know what I mean? I'd love to see them type of films. You know, Back to the Future. I just mentioned it. Back to the fucking Future. Ghostbusters. Masters of the Universe. I know I'm going ahead of myself here, but these to me are films I never got to see in the cinema. What films would you have loved to have seen in the cinema? What films? I mean, I just named straight a fucking load there. You know, Batman, Christopher Reeve. I'm seeing Christopher Reeve on my brain now. I meant to say the Tim Burton's Batman. And yeah, I saw that when it first come out in the cinema. And I'd love to see that again. Love to see that again. You know what else I'd love to see in the cinema? It just come to me right now. Total Recall. No, not the shitty one, but I rant on. The real one. Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger. My sister saw that when it first come out. She saw Total Recall when it first come out on the cinema. Fucking hell, I'd have loved to saw that in the cinema. Love to have seen it. I didn't even know I even got a remake. Because they spent so much fucking money. What a waste. What a fucking waste. You can't beat the original Total fucking Recall. Can't beat it. It's a fucking classic. I mean, there's so many fucking films that are better in the past. I'm on about because we shouldn't live in the past. What fucking films these days are worth a shit? What films? Someone let me know what films is worth a shit. No, I don't like CTR. Looks like shit. New Star Wars films don't interest me. They kill all my favourite characters off. Exterminator. Oh yeah, I want to see an old man running around with shitty CTR. I said it before. When was the last decent Exterminator film? When? The last one was what? 1991? Again, 1991. Exterminator 2. Exterminator 2. Fuck it, even the first one and all. Aliens. I'd love to see Aliens. I'd love to see Aliens on the big screen. I'd love to see it. And you know what I mean? Things like that. Because they were fucking damn good films. In my eyes, they're a lot fucking better than some of the shit nowadays. So fuck it, I will live in the past. Why not? Fucking Hollywood are. With all the fucking remakes, reboots. When has they ever come out with anything new? An original? When? I know there's no originality anymore, but when has Hollywood ever done anything new these days? Or any actors worth a fuck? Remember other ones have said? How many remakes we've had? So fuck it, I will live in the fucking past. Why the fuck not? Got nothing else to do in my life these days. So I'd love to go and see films what I never had the luxury of seeing. And again, I'll say it, I'll repeat myself. What films would you, the public people, love to have seen back in the day? And if they are doing what they say they're doing in the cinema, I'm going to fucking do it. I'm going to fucking say it. I'm going to get an erection. If they are doing it, even if it costs us a lot of money, fuck it. One day when I'm off work, which I'm working a lot these days, you know, because they're very lack of staff and they need me and they love me, so I'm going to do that. But if one day I have to look at having a day off and I've got a good amount of DOS in me and to do so the films, what I just said, fuck it. I'd love to see them films. Even though I've already got them and I've seen them 101 times, I cheat myself because there's not a lot to do these days. There's fuck all to be happy about. Why not go and see a Dolby Older? Big screen, big cinema, the Dolby Surround, the fucking lot. Superman the movie, Tim Burton's Batman, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Time Bandits, that's another one. And have a fucking really fun time. Get popcorn, get Takis. May even get annoyed because I'm on mid-sod. I might even get some beer. Nobody's going to see me, I hope. And see a dud film that's worth a fuck. Other than that, let me know if there's any films you'd like to see. If not, have a dud one. See you later. The dud old days.